Something you need to know about the SCX6 is that you're going to need to tighten. Let me get a little pointer here. You're going to need to tighten this screw. This is for your slipper clutch. Now, I don't know if anybody has tightened the slipper clutch before, but I had to take a pair of channel locks and squeeze and tighten on this right here, this flat big washer on the slipper, and then while I tighten this with the small little socket. And what I mean is by that, channel locks. And then I use the little, I believe this is a 8, a size 8 size millimeter, 8 millimeter. You gotta check out this goo. I don't know what type of grease this is, but look at that. It looks like slime. I think the Ghostbusters did a number on this one. Yeesh. So, yeah, I would like to see, let me put it down somewhere where it doesn't get everywhere. I would like to see this part right here to be removable. And it should only take like 2 screws, if the most, on this little centerpiece right here, and you can fit a little small socket right in there. Because this little out piece right here is the size of that 8 millimeter socket. You take this off, slap it in there, and then you can tighten it up. And then another thing is maybe put something where you can slot, because this thing is so big, you can slot a small little screwdriver in a slot right here, so it will be right through the teeth on the slipper clutch, on the gear. And then once you get that small little screwdriver in the slot in here, it'll go right through one of the teeth, and then you can tighten it. Tighten the slipper clutch. Easy peasy, right? Lemon squeezy. So yeah, it's a 14 tooth pinion, and I believe it's a 32 pitch. I'm not sure. You see how the shock, let me get it in here. You see how the shock is, you know, it's better on this side. The setup of the shock, let me get it out. Damn, look how big the shock is in my hand. Get my finger. Matter of fact, look at this. Do I have any shocks over here? Yes, I do. The SCX10 shocks. Check this out. Damn. Jeez, jellicky willikers. So yeah, that's amazing. I still can't get over these shocks. So yeah, see how the shock would sit up in here, okay? Let's simulate this. As the tire comes up, if you're turned, oh come on, turn for me. The motor's in the way. Give me a minute, sorry mi familia. If you're turned this way and it goes to articulate, you see what it's doing? Right up in the shock, and it's just shoving it into the shock. Now, you can't move the bottom because the bottom down there is so thick and heavy duty and it pops out a lot. You can't really push in the top because it's already set to its limit, but you might have to, hopefully they come out with spacers to space out these tires. So we'll see. So thank you for tuning in to STP Scale Trail Performance. I'm your host, Ridgeline, and stay tuned for more updates. As later on, first I'm going to run this here tomorrow. I'm going to run this thing with the stock electronics. I'm not going to change this out. This is perfect. I got my little box in, and you're going to have to order this. This is what you need to order, and it's got to say that V2. Okay, to program this ESC. Now I already know for a fact that this will not work on the brushed motors. I mean the brush motors. This will not work on the brush ESCs. The Firma 40 amp ESC. It will not work on that. What I'm using to work on those are these. This works on the ESC combo in the SCX3s. Okay, this works perfect. Set your BEC and all those parameters on the card. The only thing it doesn't have is 15, and it's to be expected. That's a Spectrum Firma. This is a Hobby Wing card, but this Hobby Wing card will allow you to change some parameters. Well, all the parameters on the SCX3s, on the Spectrum Firma ESCs. And what I mean by Spectrum Firma ESCs, I mean this. These babies right here. Okay. So, also always don't forget, you're gonna need to well, this is what I do personally. $1,000 rig, I want to keep that baby right there really dry. So I'll put some I put some of this always, since I had got my first SCX10-2, waterproof grease. This is plumbing grease. You get in the plumbing section over there in Lowe's, and it's like $3. So I took this out, filled it up with grease, compressed it, put grease around on the outside of it, slide it in, and put a little bit more grease on the outside. That will not leak. And then on the rubber seal on the outside of this can, I really like this setup. This is pretty cool. Plenty of room for the wires. You don't have to mash it down in there. And then seal it all up, and then you're good to go. Blow! Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for the running video of this big mamma jamma as soon as I get it all dialed in. But the only thing I'll be changing out is a lot of bracing. I'll be changing out this servo up here to a 1/5 scale servo, and then I'll be changing out this servo. I want to personally, I want to change this. I want to either go, I'm undecided yet. I want to go either with the Holmes Hobbies servo or a reef servo. So more likely I'm going to go with the reef servo. But yeah, and stay tuned for those videos. Man, that grease, slime, whatever thingamajigger is everywhere. So stay tuned for those upgrades, and stay tuned for the next running video, because I'm going to do the running video on this before I do the upgrades. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. This is STP Scale Trail Performance. I am your host, Ridgeline, and see you out in the trail. Peace!